Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hope you are well. I want to play a little bit of a game here today. Right now, we've got an interesting replay. We've got John, Paul, Ringo, and George, and Phil Collins on the pitch. And what I want you guys to look at here is I want you to tell me what rank gameplay you think this is. Okay? Think about sort of what you see in your ranked games today, what you feel that is. I mean, already there, we've just seen... look at this. It's actually really good from Ringo. Look at this. Nice turn. Perfectly squared up. Lovely little touch. In with the double. Really, really good. Great saves as well. This player looks for a pinch. I mean, you can see good shots coming on. I mean, it is freeze, but I mean, look at this. Is it quite accurate? I mean, back passing. This is nuts. Really, really cool. We're going to watch it from John's perspective. But I want you to have a guess and sort of tell me what rank you think this is, because I feel like you may be surprised or you may not be. What we're looking at here is first of all, the consistency and the solid fundamentals. I mean, the ability to put shots on from all different angles. And here we go again, up, and a nice soft touch. I mean, look at the accuracy here from John. Mr. Lennon goes back, does a big rotation, no mid boost. You can actually see the orange team is boost staffed here. And the reason I'm doing this replay, by the way, is because this is my 1000th video. Yes, believe it or not, I'm getting real old now. I've done 1,000 videos here on this channel in Rocket League. And so I wanted to just watch this and, yeah, just look at really just beautiful gameplay here. I'm sure you'll agree. Solid looking for the air dribble. Really, really nice. I mean, to be honest, I don't think anyone's missed the ball here. So already, we might be looking at quite a high rank here. Good clears all around. Good vision. I mean, this is what's standing out to me the most, is the vision everyone's having. Nice passes, drop-offs. I mean, this sort of level of team play is unreal. Handoffs here. Okay, nice. Good 50s. Good rotation. It's nice. Now, I haven't played Freeze for a while. And I'd love to just play with a good, solid team. Wouldn't you just? I think everyone would, wouldn't they? But it's just really interesting how just smooth this game looks. There's not really any ridiculous commits. I've seen a few misses, but nothing crazy. Everything seems really solid. Good blocks in the midfield. Good boost management overall. It's just really, really solid. And I'm going to get to my point after this. But I want you to comment below, guys. So let me know what rank you think this is looking at this. Let me know. Could it be Platinum? Because we haven't seen anything too special in the way of flip resets. But could it be Grand Champ? Because we've seen very, very, very solid fundamentals. Look at this. Great positioning here. They've read that well. Again, it's free, so you can push up a little bit more aggressively. It is a low-scoring game, as you're going to see here. Again, beautiful movement. It's just so solid. It's just so nice to watch this. A little bit too far forward there. You know what? Isn't it the way? Second man there trying to get involved, which is kind of the right decision because they've got to force up. But the third man wasn't able to get into the position fast enough. So the second man, or in that case, the last man, they should have been second, but they ended up being last instead. So we sort of got a little bit stuck. Ended up pushing out just a second too early and made it really difficult to turn around. But yeah, I'd really love you guys to know what rank you think this is. And then, of course, we'll show you. And I want to talk about why, you know. Because quite frankly, I'm watching this. And the way they're playing, these players, the movement, the rotations, the passing, to me, is saying SSL. Quite frankly, this is saying SSL to me. Really good movement around the map. Just really, really solid. Great pre-jumps coming in. So yeah, I would say, just based on how clean everything is, it almost looks like it's bots playing, to be quite honest. Like a Nexto or something. But just based on how clean everything is, I would be going out and saying this is SSL in Freeze, personally. Because of how solid it looks. And if you don't think it's SSL, let me know what rank you do think it is. But this just looks so good. I mean, it looks amazing. And we got 25 seconds here. Nice pre-jump, my God. Just like watching Zen, just like watching Nupo. Good shot from Collins there. The second half of Phil. Look at the pass. Oh, just missed. It was such a good pass as well. Really unselfish play all around here. Absolutely excellent. Okay, so the reason I want to do this for the 1000th video is because this is the sort of stuff that got me hooked onto the game. So believe it or not, this is... I'm going to have to take them off. There we go. This is pro level. This is pro level in 2018. It was actually the furthest back replay I could find of Cookson97, who's one of my favorite players of all time. Well, basically my favorite player of all time, really. There's a couple of players I would put into that category as far as players that really resonate with myself. Another being Squishy Muffins as well. Those are the big two for me. But of course, you've got K-Dop, you've got Turbopulsar, and you know, other great players. So the reason I wanted to point this out is because to me, again, you might disagree, but watching this, the play was so clean, the passing, the movement, there was no embarrassing whiffs, there was no wasted possessions, it wasn't people spinning and missing. To me, even today, and I've played in GC2 in Freeze, and within the last few years, we almost got, we got day 2, was it day 2? We got to day 2 in RLCS not so long ago. And we played some top teams. We played some very top teams, actually. And they didn't feel as good as this. And this is from 2018. And so, although, yes, a lot of these guys played the original version, SARP BC, not all of them did. And I just want you to look at how clean the game is. And this is the point that, you know, people who are pushing fundamentals like myself have been trying to make for so long. If you've been playing the game 3 years... okay, or let's say 5 years, or even some people have been hard stuck for 8 years, you would probably have more hours over that time than most of these players. Now, don't get me wrong, you could argue that, you know, total hours in a smaller time frame is more important. I would agree with that. But my point is this. I really believe if you took a brand new player today, in 3 years' time, if you taught them the right things, if you made them train the right way, I honestly believe you could get someone to look this good within 3 years. Easily. So, if you train and you play a lot and you're really struggling, like I say, this would be more than enough to get into GC2, GC3, I believe SSL. But take these individuals and put them into 2s, they are SSL, okay? So if you're struggling, like this goes back to that whole thing, is maybe you're training wrong. You're looking at guys who have already been through the system and they're already really good. We'll put this back on just to watch this while I talk a little bit. So, I mean, who else should we watch? A lot was an absolute beast back in the day as well. But yeah, I believe, you know, it's like stuff like this, like deciding not to take dangerous shots is such a skill that players don't seem to have anymore. But my belief is you can get someone to play this good. I mean, Jesse here going for like a little double touch airdrop, but there was no spins needed. Everything was just clean and solid. And so I feel that this is one of my things while I'm so... I mean, look at that back pass. It's just ridiculous. So frustrated with the game. Like how solid everyone is. Like everyone's just defending. They're not flying forward. They're not diving. They're just defending. And like I say, these guys have been in the system. So you'll still see some of these guys. I've played against the Metsonaris and Magnus. And not too long ago in, I believe, a 2K lobby, 2.5K lobby. And only lost 1-0 actually. But they were still really good because they had such solid fundamentals. It was hard to really do anything against them. But I'm going somewhere with this. And I keep losing track because I'm watching this gameplay and I'm just amazed at how good it is. But I believe, anyway, you could emulate some of the stuff here, and get a lot better if you focused on it. And so you can, if you focus on the right things, you could become such a good player. You could definitely rank up. Now, oh yeah, that was what I was going to say. So these people have been through the system. They started back in the day. They got great mechanics and they stacked and they stacked and they stacked. And new pros did the same thing. They either most of them had really game sense and good game sense naturally, and then they just stacked and stacked and stacked, or they've been playing for a long time, like Monkey Moo. Like pretty much all of them have been playing for an extended period of time. So one of the things that came up recently, where I had that harasser, let's say, was that there was an argument. I'm trying to really hit people at the grassroots level because I believe that players who are already GC free might be a lost cause. A lot of players, especially if they're SSL, not all of them, but they can be uncoachable. They can already think they've solved the answer. And the difference between SSL and even moderately high SSL and pro is light years now. It is a massive gap. You know, a 2K player isn't what a 2K player was 10 years ago, or well, sorry, 5 years ago. You know, the equivalent of a 2K player 5 years ago, when people used to be like, oh my god, they're 2K, would be like 2.5K now. So it's completely different. And so you've got to hit the grassroots, because the gap between these players, the players will tell you, the gap between pros and the average really, really, really good player, a bubble player, is monstrous. It is absolutely monstrous. And so, you know, those guys already know what they're doing because they wouldn't have got there. But if you're a lower ranked player and you've got a dream of going pro and you want to make this, you know, Rocket League your thing, you really need to establish the fundamentals first. So that was why I always say I'm trying to hit people in the lower ranks, because they've got the least sort of things already unlocked. And so they haven't necessarily been fully committed down a bad path. And I really believe you could take a lot of players, and like I say, in 3 years they could look like this if they didn't air roll and stuff like that. And you actually see pros don't even really air roll. So I don't know why this all came around, but yeah. Anyway, guys, look at this. This is just beautiful gameplay here. So I do appreciate everyone. 1,000 videos. I know it wasn't really a replay analysis. It was more just sort of showing you, you know, what got me hooked on this to get so involved with the game that I decided to make 1,000 videos and continue playing. This is why, because this is the Rocket League I remember when it was good. And I remember you could play in games and you'd have similar movement patterns and everyone would have pretty consistent touches and it was a joy to play. Compared to now, everyone seems to be missing. In Champ, Grand Champ, it's all the same. So yeah, I just think this is a real good representation of what the game could be in the mid-tier lobbies, because a lot of people make me laugh. They say, yeah, Flipside Tactics, man, wouldn't even be Diamond today. You literally don't have a clue what you're talking about. They would be SSL. Look at this gameplay. Diamond, guys, I can go in Diamond with no boost, and I can drive around, and I can make jokes, and I can win games. I've done it in like 10 series already, okay? So if the guys played like this, there is no way I'd be able to do it. It's like, if you can't see that, just trust me, from someone who's played since the beginning of time, baby. Trust me when I say that. Like, this is so far from Diamond. This is far from GC nowadays. So far away that you just have no clue. And this is Freeze, obviously, I know. But I think if we really, you know, people, you know, share the videos, you know, do what you can. I know you guys do. I think the community here is unbelievable. The fact that, you know, that book got released and we beat Elden Ring. We beat Elden Ring as the new release as in a niche, you know, category of Rocket League from a random guy. That tells me so much that people want these systems. They want to have a higher percentage approach, and people are fed up with the nonsense. This is what's important. If people learn the basic stuff, if we can get people on the fundamentals, on the belt path, because it's completely free, if we can push that as a community, it doesn't have to all be my stuff. There are other guys that are doing stuff like this, you know, but push it, guys. Share the stuff where you can, because I know you think, it doesn't really matter, but if we can hit enough of these people coming up through the game, especially with all the rumors with Rocket League 2, trust me, guys, if Rocket League 2 starts out the way Rocket League is coming to now, it is not going to be a fun time for anyone. We really need to stress the importance of fundamentals, the importance of teamwork, the importance of just working on the basics and then adding the mechanics later for people to have an enjoyable experience and actually to improve. So, you know, that's my plea, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, as always, for the support. 1,000 videos. Man, I surprised myself with that one. Thanks a lot, everybody. Look after yourself and peace out. Peace, peace.